Welcome to another weekly update with Meyer. Today is January 18th. I'm excited to give you the report for the third week of 2023. Let's talk about what's going on in the world for a second. First of all, you got some really positive information out there about inflation maybe beginning to get tamed, not going up as quickly. There's some sprouts of positivity. The markets reacted very positively to that. And then, of course, they came back down. So there's a lot of mixed feelings in the market. And how does that translate into the real estate market in New York City? We're going to dive into that in a quick moment. Something that a lot of people ask me, a very important question, is what is the market generally like in January? We are 3 weeks into January. December and January are generally slow times in terms of volume. There's just not as many deals taking place as you will find taking place in May, June, and July. April is the largest listing month of the year. And people start listing their properties now and increase until we get into April. But something that is equally important to understand is that even though it is a low volume time, there's also a lot of really great reasons to list your property right now. I created another article and a video with really some analysis of whether you should list your property today in January. If you'd like to listen to it, if you'd like to read it, just shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call, and I will be happy to share with you. If you're toying with listing at some point between now and April, I highly recommend you take a quick listen into that. But what I want to share with you here is that there are plenty of deals that have happened in the last few weeks in this market. And it's also important to understand that who you work with as an agent is very important, because I spoke to one person last week who was working at a bank for 22 years and lost their job on Monday. Obviously not somebody that's going to be jumping into the purchasing market right now. At the same token, I spoke to somebody that is working in JP Morgan, and they're in the climate transition sector, and that sector is booming. And a lot of really great reasons for why that is. But when you're working with an agent like myself, our job is to be in touch with those people who are looking to purchase, who are looking to come into this market and bring that market to you. Let's dive in and take a quick look at what is happening here in the market. I'm going to share my screen where we take a look at this blog post over here that I would recommend you read through in detail. But first of all, let's talk about supply. What's happened? How many units are on the market for sale? 5,839 properties are on the market for sale. And what does that relate to the past? Well, it's actually a very low number of properties on the market for sale, a lot less than the prior years. It's the reasons why buyers, even though we are officially in a buyer's market, buyers don't feel it as much because they just don't have a lot of options. And I discuss in here a little bit about how we line up compared to other markets. What about properties that are in contract? 2,256 units are currently in contract to be sold. And again, that's a low number, not a lot of properties in contract relative to the years before. At the end of the day, though, if you have one property that you're looking to sell, it only takes one buyer, and there are plenty of buyers out there. So we should always discuss whether now is the right time, but understand that in general, there are less property going into contract at the moment. When we look at this specific week, we've had 244 properties that were listed for sale, which is actually more than the week before, but still lower than in prior years. And if you did get an offer on your property, how much would you have to negotiate this past year to get a deal done on average? 4.5% is what you would have had to negotiate in general to get a deal done. Of course, there's a lot of really great information. I advise you to read the post, but I want to point to open house traffic. 2.85 people, around 3 people are coming to open houses. That is actually a lot more than we had back in November when we only had like 1 person coming to open houses. So you're seeing quite an increase. Now, every property, every neighborhood, every building is going to be very different. I listed a property just recently in downtown and Bleecker Street, and we had 14 people that showed up right away to that property. 4 people came to the open house. So that's a really great response from the market. Of course, it is all dependent on what properties you're talking about. But if you are looking for a property on Bleecker, please give me a call because it's gorgeous. Next, new developments. What's happening over there? On the new development front, 34 properties went into contract, less than the 53 that we're used to seeing before the pandemic. But interestingly, that even though there are less volume, less properties, the actual price per square foot went up a little bit, and the average price went up a little bit. And the market is not in a bad place; it's just in a slower place. majority of deals were in Manhattan for the new development deals. And this building, 30 West 30th Street, had 5 units went under contract. It's one of the most active buildings. And if you're curious to know where that is here, we're looking between 29th and 30th on 8th Avenue. And just a beautiful, beautiful building. You can just take a look at some of the amenities. Really, really nice building. So 300 West 30th Street is a good spot if you're looking. Luxury sector, what's happened in luxury sector? 18 contracts got signed over 4 million. That is 3 more than the week prior. So that's a nice thing. That's great. The average listing discount in that segment right now is at around 6% to get a deal done. The biggest deal of the week, 55 Leonard. It was a triplex that got sold. Went on the market. It's been on the market since April of 2021, and it went into contract for 12 million. 5,108 square feet, 575 square foot terrace. Beautiful property. I'll give you a quick peek at this property over here. So this is the triplex that you have, and just take a look at this gorgeous property. Look at that staircase. I mean, it's just beautiful. If you have anybody that is looking to purchase a property, please give me a call. There's plenty of beautiful properties out there. Let's continue. So what is going on economic news-wise? We discussed this a little bit earlier about different things going on in different parts of the market. And so my closing remarks over here to wrap this all up is as follows. If you're looking to sell your property, I would not right away say to yourself, oh, it's January, we shouldn't list it. You should give me a call and we should discuss whether we should list it now or not. And I might tell you yes, and I might tell you no, but there's going to be a lot of questions that I need to ask you before we come to that conclusion. And if you have your property on the market right now for sale, understand that while the volume is lower, there are plenty of buyers out there that are purchasing. So it's important to pay attention to the feedback that we get while we are showing the property. I had a closing today, which was fantastic. I had another property that we got offer accepted on a couple of days ago as well. So plenty of business, plenty of deals going on right now. Happy to share more with you, more about your building, more about your neighborhood. Give me a call. And if you know of anybody who you think will find these reports valuable, please share it with them, or let me know to share it with them, because I'm always looking to share more information with more people and be of value. I enjoy doing this. I hope you enjoy watching it. If you have watched till the end, you probably have. And if you have, send me a text. Watched it till the end, and I'd appreciate it, or respond to this email. Talk to you soon. All the best. It's Michael Meyer, the Meyer team at Compass. Talk to you soon.